signing for Norwich in the first place, coming from Man United, it was really my first big break in a sense. I was on the outskirts of the team at Man U for a number of years and kind of played a small amount of games, but it was really when I came to Norwich that I kind of really felt at home at a football club, because I was playing regularly at the time, and we had a couple of 2 or 3 wonderful seasons really, coming up, and obviously not coming back down but going back up again and so forth. So certainly my debut against Grimsby, scoring on my debut was wonderful memory to have. And then the year that we kind of won the championship and went up then as well, and in between just memories of particular games and stuff, but I just loved the club. I loved the players that we had there at the time, kind of made some wonderful lifelong friends and everything. So I've nothing but positive experiences from the club. It's hard to pin down a particular moment. So I would say it started maybe when I was about in my last year at Norwich. Not explicitly, and I probably wasn't thinking about it at that time, but I started to get, like I say this often, I started to get maybe dissatisfied with the whole lifestyle. And I don't mean that I wasn't enjoying it, and everyone knows that, we have a wonderful life as a footballer, and it's very privileged. But I found it, all the surrounding stuff, eventually there was a sense of emptiness with it, and really not thinking, was quite shocked, why am I not happy when I have everything that young men want to be a footballer, to have money, to have, everything the world teaches you that is a formula, say, for happiness, and yet there was something inside me that was quite empty. And I realised that there's something deeper going on, and it started me on a journey towards maybe re-exploring my faith again that I had as a young man. Growing up in Ireland, it's very much part of who you are. And then I kind of left it behind when I went to Manchester. So I kind of reconnected with it, took a decision to come home for a year in 2008. And it was really during that year that everything turned upside down. I kind of volunteered in a homeless shelter for a while, started going back to Mass. I started praying again on a regular basis. A certain family, my sister kind of was very instrumental in it as well. And I just found a real sense of fulfillment with it that I hadn't experienced in football. Football was huge highs and lows. And here was something that was giving me a kind of a steady kind of sense of contentment. And I just stayed with that. And then my vocation to priesthood and religious life kind of came later in the course of that year. And I just felt a strong desire for this way of life. And I stayed with it for a few months, and then just got the courage up to just explore it. And I took the decision, and that was 8 years later. But my mum and dad, I suppose when I came home for that year, I was going to Mass very regularly. I was praying, I was working in a hostel. I was doing all this work, so they saw something going on. And so when eventually I told them, it was maybe a shock, but they knew something was happening. And like any mother and father, they were just they just wanted to make sure that I was serious about it. It wasn't like a phase, or and that I was happy, and that's all they wanted for me. And they've been hugely supportive. My football friends, it's a different story, and absolutely understandable. This way of life that I'm leading now is completely countercultural. It's it goes against the grain, really, to the lifestyle that I led before, with regards to material things and having money and so forth, and the freedom and things that gives you. So my teammates, really, it was fascinating to kind of see their reaction and stuff, and and specifically me, because the type of person I was, socially and all that kind of stuff, and so it was a big shock for a lot of them. But I still visit a lot of them in the summer when I get time off, and they can see that there's something different, that I'm happy now, which is a witness in itself, even if they don't understand it. There's a lot of similarities between the two lives. They're not apparent on the surface, but so for example, I live in a community with 10 priests. We're 10 brothers living in community. We share everything together, we live a life together. So in a sense, I'm surrounded by a team. The object of the goal is different. It's not to win trophies, and it's more in a religious, spiritual sense, but you're surrounded by a support network of men traveling in the same direction, living the same kind of life. The day's very regulated, so we come together, we pray 7 times a day together as a community. We chant, like old traditional chant that the church would chant. We do that 7 times a day, at different times during the day we come together. Now I'm particularly to where I am at the minute, I'm teaching in a school, I'm a chaplain in a college, so my daily from 9 till maybe 4 would be in the college teaching 5th and 6th years, so 15, 16, 17-year-olds. And then I'm chaplain, so I'm basically available to the students to speak to, you know, about any issues and just being a presence around the place for them to speak to. And I'm helping coach the soccer team as well, which is great because it keeps me kind of involved in the game and trying to keep relatively fit a little bit. If we're talking about 11v11, I haven't played in about 10 years. But like I said, I've been coaching and I've been, you know, sometimes we get free time during the day, so I'll go for a run or something like that, but certainly not match football fitness, you know, it's very different, sharp turns and so forth. But I really just couldn't not take up the opportunity. I'm very grateful for it actually, just to come back, because I haven't had the opportunity over the years to come back to Norwich, and it was really a beloved place for me. So just to meet all the characters again and the people around the club and the old players and stuff, it was just too good to turn down. So hopefully I won't embarrass myself too much, and the touch maybe is still there naturally, despite the fact that the legs might not be. Jurgen Klinsmann, obviously, you know, even though I don't know where I'll be playing or for how long or whatever, but just being on the same pitch and it'd be amazing, really. Javier Zanetti, I was always very kind of struck by him when he was playing, just his style and his consistency, just pure class, you know. And just to see these guys close up will be amazing. You know, I was very fortunate to play for Northern Ireland a few times and played against Italy and countries like that. I had those experiences, but to play against these caliber of players, so it'll be a wonderful, really wonderful occasion, and just to be up close to these guys. And I'm sure they're still very fit, so hopefully we can we can hold our own in the game.